Bah damn! Hey, are your shoulders lagging? Let's fix that. What's going on, guys? Chris with the Bah Damn channel. This channel is all about food, fitness, and how to live an active, healthy lifestyle. Today's video, are your shoulders lagging? Don't you want to build bigger shoulders, have that good, like lean, powerful look? Well, you can, but you might be doing things wrong. So let's talk about that today on this video. Today I'm gonna talk about 4 exercises that you need to be doing. Now I'm not gonna be doing crazy heavy weights on these exercises because I did this stuff this morning, but I will show you the movements and the form and how to do it because it's really, really important that you understand these 4 exercises. All right, so the very first exercise, to no surprise, the overhead press. And if you're not doing the overhead press, it's gonna be really tough to get mass on the shoulders. So this is how you think of it. If you wanna build bigger shoulders, you have to work on the mass of the shoulders itself. You wanna start putting stress on that group of muscles. How do you do it? The overhead press. Very important. It's an encompassing type of movement. So if there has to be one exercise that you do, you have to do it, it'll be the overhead press. Now I'm gonna show you 3 others after that that'll really fine tune the entire thing. Now anytime you wanna fix something lagging, you generally kinda wanna get it bigger, right? So overhead press will work on the mass of it, of course, do lower reps, not really, you don't wanna do any reps that are like 15 or 20 or 40, you don't wanna do that kind of stuff, but you definitely want to be sticking in that lower rep range. So, think about strength protocols like 5x5, ascending pyramid, descending pyramid, that kind of stuff. So you wanna kind of keep the rep ranges low in general when you want to build bigger shoulders. So the very first thing is the overhead press, and let me guide you through the movement really. Essentially you wanna walk up to a sort of a power rack like this. You want to get the actual bar right about in line with your shoulder muscle, okay? So if you walk up to it, you want to be able to basically meet right up to it. I wouldn't really want it up here because you want the catcher to be ready, which is this thing. You want the catcher to be ready when you dump the weight. So this is what you want. If it's any higher, like if I was to come up here, I might hit the catcher or might have to go up and above it. You don't want that. You want to be able to meet it and then just come down. So that's really important when you're doing the overhead presses to already get the whole thing kind of ready. Now, second of all, when you're doing the overhead press and you're doing it heavy, you might consider a weight belt, which anytime that I go super heavy on overhead press, I will get a weight belt that really keeps the core very tight. But let me show you the movement right here. So essentially you want to come up here, you want to grab the bar to where when you push it up, your actual forearms are parallel to each other. That's kind of important. So that's the way I like to do it. And if I'm going to start the overhead press right now, if you have a hat, you definitely want to turn it backwards. That's important. And proceed along like this. So you get the weight, it's resting on the upper part of my chest, and my hands are dead wristed. They look like this, okay? So my hands are dead wristed, as you can see. All right, and I'll do a side shot right here. So essentially what you want to do is you want to push it up and then move your head forward. All right, so come straight down. All right, and I like to keep my elbows tucked. All right, but as soon as this stuff starts going up, I try to kind of flare them out and get my shoulders really involved. At the top of this movement, I'm really squeezing hard on my deltoids, and then I'm going to bring it down like this, straight down to that upper part of the chest, and I want to bring it up. All right, so I'm going to start kind of like concise, but I'm going to end up wide with my actual elbows. Okay, see my elbows are like that. You can see my elbows are wide, and then they come and they tuck in. All right, so like that, and they tuck in like this. I'm really squeezing the shoulder at the top of the movement. Like that. Back into the catcher, bring it down, and you're good to go. So you want to be doing, strength protocols like 5x5, ascending pyramid, descending pyramid, maybe sets that look like 10, 8, 6, 4, 3. If you're doing a descending pyramid, rep ranges that look like 3, 5, 6, 8, stuff like that. So that's really, really important to understand that anytime you want to build something lagging, that your rep ranges typically need to be a little bit more on the low side. Now, if you're sculpting something, that's a little bit different. Then your rep ranges can get kind of high, as long because the meat is there, right? So if you're if you're lagging somewhere and you need mass there, then always think a little bit on the lower rep range. Okay, so the second exercise that you want to do is going to be a front raise, but I like to do it leaning, okay? If you do it just right, you should see your front deltoid come out. So a little bit of a lean forward, all right? My feet are together, and I'm gonna raise up like this. 1, 2, see how like if I move it, you can kind of see the front deltoid already popping out right here, right? So that's what you wanna do. 1, 1, 2, 2. Now I'm showing you light weights. I did my workout earlier today, but I'm basically showing it to you so that way I'm not huffing and puffing and going crazy. And I'm actually being able to talk to you about the form while I'm doing it, okay? So I'm really thinking about my shoulders, getting my mind-muscle connection, and really kind of thinking about my front deltoid squeezing right up there, okay? Squeeze, squeeze. Now a lot of times what I do is I focus on the weight. A lot of people, you know, will have the weight come out to here. I like to have the weight cross my face. I get a better squeeze on my front deltoid that way. See? You can kind of see it right there poking out already. See that? So I get a good squeeze by doing the cross in front of my face like this. Pretty cool, huh? So lower rep range, and that's kind of a good exercise to do when you want to start building your lagging shoulders. So the third exercise is going to involve a negative, okay? You're going to see what I'm talking about. And it's also going to involve cheating or momentum. So I'm going to step back a little bit right here and kind of show you what momentum looks like. Anytime that you're involving momentum, there's a sway or there's a dip or something like that. So with a lateral raise, all right, a cheating lateral raise, I want to come up like this, and then I want to come down with a negative like that, all right? I want to come up, right? See the cheat right there, and then I want to come down about 4 to 6 seconds. I'm going to bring it up like this. I want to come down 4 to 6 seconds. You're gonna have to do a bit, you're gonna have to definitely put some heavy weight on this, but you wanna cheat up and then come down. Again, I'll step back again, and you'll kind of see that the momentum is right here. It's almost like I'm doing a micro squat. I'm gonna come up, and I'm gonna let it come down 4 to 6 seconds. Come up, 4 to 6 seconds coming down like that. And that's how you do a cheating momentum-based lateral raise, including negatives. That's a really, really good muscle building lateral deltoid movement, okay? So the lateral deltoid, the side one right here, if you do it just right, and you're coming down, you can see that it's really putting a lot of stress on that lateral deltoid. So that's what I want you to do for exercise number 3. All right, so exercise number 4 is gonna be rear deltoid focused, and what you need to do is get seated like this, and you're gonna bend over a little bit like that, and you're gonna put the weights right about here, and then you're going to, with some momentum, you're gonna bring them up, and then come down as slow as you can. Now, unlike the lateral raise that I just showed you, coming down on this a lot slower, like 4 to 6 seconds, is pretty much not going to happen. So you want to get an adequate amount of weight and try to go heavy if you can, and then come up and then come down. Come up with momentum if you can, and then come down. If you do it just right, your rear deltoid will pretty much pop out nicely, so it'll definitely build a lot back there. So you want to come up and then come down. Now I'm not bringing the weight to here, to my side. I want to bring it a little bit in front of me, you know, like this. All right, come up, and then kind of resist it coming down. Sway if you need to. A little bit of cheating is not bad. That's essentially what you want to do, all right? Because what you're doing is you're getting a movement that, if you look at my rear deltoid, you can kind of see that it's starting to get a lot of emphasis right there. So that's what we're doing on exercise number 4. Guys, if you love the Boddam channel, show your support by liking the video, comment down below, and tell all your friends to subscribe to this channel. I'm going to be putting out a crazy amount of content this year. I hope to see you on the other side. Let's get ripped together. See you later. Bye-bye!